Aiden Fisher. We'll start with Todd and then go to Jack on your left.
Aiden, what's been the focus in terms of Ohio State's offense, and what do you feel like the priority is in terms of stopping them and slowing them down? I mean, they do have quite an array of weapons. What do you feel like the priority is for this team?
Yeah, definitely a lot of playmakers, a very explosive and dynamic offense. I'd say the biggest thing for us is, keeping those dynamic and explosive playmakers in front of us, and just making sure we're doing all the little things right on our end, just kind of taking care of things here before we head up there Saturday.
Jack on your left, then Mike.
Hey, Aiden, obviously you've been a coach the last several years. What was your reaction to seeing him, agree to a new contract here?
I'm ecstatic for him. Nobody deserves it more, and the amount of work that he puts in, he deserves every single penny of that.
Mike on your left.
Have you seen kind of, since the core of the JMU's defense got carried over, Bryant Haynes being able to kind of evolve and kind of throw more at you guys? Like, is this kind of being pressured the last 2 weeks, like 50% of the time you guys the quarterback? I mean, have you seen you guys kind of benefit not only from that experience, but I don't know, being able to handle more or throw more at you guys? Has that kind of been how things have developed this season?
Yeah, for sure. He definitely puts a lot on our plate, but he knows we can handle it. I think the biggest thing is when he puts those things on our plate, we do a great job as a unit to make sure we're on the same page. So when we do get those things thrown at us, in practice we see about every look that you can think of. We're prepared really well. So with all those things thrown at us, we make sure that we have all the loose ends tightened up, and we're good to go for Saturdays.
Is it more so than it was last year? And when you're talking about throwing at you, like just more plays or more different looks, like can you kind of, I don't know, describe what you're talking about?
I would just say kind of all of it together. There's a lot of new plays, a lot of new looks. He's done a great job with the new fronts we run, how we use certain players in certain situations. It's definitely more than last year. And I think that's just kind of the development of him and how great he's been here, and, just making that next step up.
We'll go Pete and then Daniel.
Aiden, IU obviously runs a very aggressive attacking defense. How much does that fit your personality? How much do you enjoy that type of defense as opposed to another time?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. A lot of defenses, you'll look at them and they're kind of just trying to, survive the game and let their offense win the game. Here it's, if we need to go win a game, our defense will go win the game. So I think that's something I really enjoy, and I love the aggressive aspect of it, and I think it does fit me. And a lot of these players on this defense, they want to get after the quarterback. They want to, get to the ball carrier with bad intentions, and I think everybody really enjoys that.
Daniel and Zach.
Yeah. I want to say it was after MSU, you mentioned that the way that Sig handles the sideline is almost an embodiment of not too high or low. How important is that to have someone at the top who can kind of live the way and what he preaches?
Yeah, it's huge. A lot of people will say certain things and, go about their business in a different way. That's not the case with him. The way he talks, he walks what he talks. So it's huge, especially for us to see, and, especially going into games like this, in every game that we've had, there's going to be moments where, you're low, you're high, you're having good plays, you're having bad plays, but no matter what, you're right here the whole time, and, you're just making sure that the next play isn't bigger than the last or the next.
It feels like on the sideline, he's kind of removed a little bit. How valuable is it when he chooses to kind of, put himself in around you guys?
Yeah. So during games, he doesn't talk much, but when he does, everybody's listening. His words really do mean a lot when he comes in the huddle, and, situation where we had the ball defensively and they were on the 5. He came up, kind of gave us some words. We got there. We shut him down 4 plays in a row. We get the ball back to the offense. So just little things like that, it's really big for us.
Zach on your right, then Josh.
In a big game like this, how do you kind of have to be more vocal as a leader, especially with that green dot on the field in an environment like we're expecting this Saturday?
I would say a lot more will be non-communicative verbally. There'll be a lot of signals, false signals, just everything kind of going in together to make sure we're on the same page. And then the biggest thing, I think, is making sure we're staying together this weekend. There's going to be a lot of plays, that are going to go our way, they're going to go their way, and then, in the middle. So I just think the biggest thing will be staying together. And, when we get off the sideline, we'll be verbal, we'll talk to each other, get everything together. But when we're on the field, it's going to be a lot of signals and stuff like that.
We heard the crowd noise when we were walking in. How's the intensity been both yesterday and today, just in practice?
It's been high. Everybody's locked in. There's a lot of details going into this game plan, and it is every week, but this week especially, so we're just making sure we're locking in on those and make sure everything's cleaned up.
It wasn't mean for you as a leader of this defense that Haynes is trusting you guys more and more each week to add in all these new fronts, these new formations, and some of these new kind of, audibles and calls.
Yeah, it means a lot to me. I think it kind of speaks to the trust he has in me. I think that's something I've earned over the last 2 to 3 years, being with him and the staff. So it does mean a lot, and I take a lot of pride in that.
Todd?
Aiden, now you've been with Coach Signetti the whole time, and it seems like when you look back at JMU, that whole time has been a rise of some sort. Various steps along the way last year, of course, JMU being ranked and here being undefeated. What is it, both from Coach Signetti's point of view and from your own point of view as a leader, that keeps this team from falling victim to the pratfalls that some teams, even when they win, can fall victim to in terms of, lull here and there? Why has this been a culmination and a rise for the whole time?
It's definitely the hunger and the edge that this team has, and the teams in past, and that starts with Coach Sig. I think the biggest thing with this team, you look at the transfers that came in, you look at the guys that have been here who haven't won a lot. Everybody's getting this feeling of winning, and we're going to do everything that we can to make sure that we keep this feeling. And then you look at the edge, like the guys that are here, a lot of them are under-recruited. They feel like they should have been here the whole time. So I just think the best word I can give for that is just the edge that we play with and the hunger to make sure that we keep this thing rolling.
Last one on your right, second row, Brad.
Aiden, for you guys that were new here, was there a point during this season when you recognized what this run meant to the fan base, to the school, the students, to this community?
I would say the first sellout. You come to the first game, there's not a lot of people here. It's going to be the same old IU. You can bring in a new coach. You can bring in new players. We do that every year. But then, once we put that product on the field and, you're selling out games, you're getting congratulated in the classroom just by your peers and stuff like that. You kind of see how much it means to this community and, this school in general.
Great. Thanks, everyone.
Cool. Thanks, guys.